today you're going to need these specific items. I'm going to need some old towels so you can wipe some dirt off, some gloves to protect your hands. We're going to use some Loctite for your bolts on your sprockets, a 45T sprocket for your wrench so you can remove your bolts in your sprockets, your front sprocket, your rear sprocket. We will also be replacing the chain, so you're going to need a chain. We're going to use some chain lube. We're going to use some pliers to get your master link off, and a 13mm wrench, a 11mm wrench, and a adjustable wrench so you can get your rear wheel off and adjust your chain tensioners. I will be using some nose pliers if the other pliers won't work. Your chain tool so you can press your chain and cut your chain, your old chain, so your new chain, and your torque wrench. Today I'll also be using some wheel bearing and chassis grease. This will be to grease your pin, your axle pin, and your bearings. But I've already done that in my last video, so I probably will not be using it. And always make sure you have your owner's manual on the side. So your first step is to loosen your bolts on your sprockets. You'll be loosening the nuts to do that. And someone's going to hold the back brake while I break loose the nuts. And then we're going to do this all the way around so that it's easier to take off when you have your tire in your stand. So for this step you're going to be using your 13mm wrench. And we're going to be loosening the nuts while someone holds the back brake. Should probably be wearing gloves for this. Okay, we'll go. And we're good. So next you want to locate your clip so this is going to be a O-ring chain replacement. So you want to find your clip. You're going to want to take this off so you can get your chain off. Use some pliers. You can use your pin here, and you can pry it against one side, and then use this end and just push it off. So my chain's on very hard, so very tight. It's really old. So my press plate isn't really coming off that easy, and it looks like that the pins have almost been riveted basically because of the use. So we try getting it off with a screwdriver and a rubber mallet. Which worked. Alright. Now, once you have your plate off, back the chain off and slide it off, slide out. And now just pull the chain out. There we go. So next we'll be removing our rear axle to get our rear tire off, and then removing our sprocket. I will also be removing my chain guides and inspecting and cleaning them, and then replacing my front sprocket. Now use your adjustable wrench and take off your rear nuts, and then we'll push our pin out and remove our rear tire. Take out your guide, chain adjuster, and then take our pin out and remove our rear tire. Help your tire and lift it a bit. Just slide it out. There we go. Next up, you want to remove your Crocs so you don't look retarded in the video. Next, you want to take your bucket or your stand and put your tire on that so we can work on it and take the sprocket off. Alright, so I'm going to be using our star like pattern 45T, and we'll put our wrench underneath and start loosening. Loosening. You want to clean your area too for your new sprocket. So next we want to unpack your new sprocket. I bought a Vortex steel sprocket because I was thinking about it and decided that I don't want to spend $80 for a new sprocket. I'd rather have a good strong sprocket so that I don't have to like spend the money, and it's not that heavy. It won't really bother the bike. It'll just last longer. So we get two stickers in the box. Not the box, the package. So there they are. And here's our steel sprocket. Nice and heavy duty, nice and strong, and fits great. Before putting your bolts and nuts in, you want to clean them, get all the debris off. And make sure that you line up your writing the way you want it in the tire. Like find a good spot for where your writing is. I'll be using a Permex thread locker, medium grade. You can buy it at any hardware store. Get your nut ready, your bolt, apply it on your thread. Apply like a bit up here. So next you want to tighten the two across, and then you want to tighten just on from inside that. And I want to check your owner's manual for the right torque. And then when you know the right torque from your owner's manual, we can torque it up with the torque wrench. Once you've torqued all your bolts, it's time to take off our front sprocket and put a rear wheel inside. Now I want to take a 5/16 to loosen this. Take off your guard. So now I want to take your front sprocket off. want to slide off your sprocket and check it, clean it, probably replacing one. And make sure you remember what side it was on, so flat side towards me, and the grooved side towards the bike. Now we're going to clean this all up. So now I'll be inspecting all my chain guides, taking them all off one by one. So now I'll be putting it all back together after cleaning it and inspecting it. Next, you want to unpack your new front sprocket. I'll be using a Reinstalling sprocket. This one will have 13 teeth, just as it was before. And you want to put it on the way we saw it. We don't want to put this side on. We want to flip it over and have the flat side towards us, just like the other one. Go. We're going to take our clip, spread it apart. Some people like putting silicone in here so that the clip doesn't move its way forward or work its way out. I probably will not be doing that. It seems very tight. May do it in the future though. Next, you're going to put your rear wheel back on. I'm going to put a brick underneath my tire to lift it up again. Watch your brake. Make sure your brake disc goes into your brake pads. You may need help with a screwdriver. Stick your screwdriver in between the pads and just kind of pry it open a bit. Alright, that should be a good spot. And now we're going to put some rubber gloves on. I'm going to put some grease on our rod here, on our axle. We'll stick it back in. Make sure you put this end on that side, and remember we took this side off our right side. I'm not putting too much on because I've done this before in my last video. You'll probably see it, how to replace the tires. So now we'll stick this side. Next, you're going to add your other adjuster on the other side. Slide to its pin. We had it before. And you just want to hand tighten your axle nut on, because we'll be doing the chain next. We need to move our wheel back and forth to do that. Next, we'll chain it light out because we have the same ratio on the sprockets, so we're going to take the same length of this chain.